Yes, people, welcome back to another video. John Sinclair TV back again this afternoon. And this afternoon, I'm going to do a transfer update show. And if you like the video, like what you see, please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button as well, and all the rules as well. And I'm going to read it out. Please keep the chat clean. No caps, no repeated messages, no arguing. Hit the like, subscribe button. Super chats and available. And if you'd like to become a member, then the link is on top of the chat to become a member if you wish to do. So yeah, please do consider that as well. Also, I've done a show on Thursday with Ben Jacobs, Tony, and Brad. So please consider watching the show as well. Watch it back because I think that show is brilliant. And Ben Jacobs, whether you like him or not, he is a damn good journalist. And I tell you what, this guy, it's got to be right up there with the very best in my eyes. And I'll probably get laughed at as well. So, so there you go. Got some comments coming in. Got one from Joe Willick, #1 fan. Big up to you, my guy. And big up to Michael as well. And hope you well, mate. And hi to the chat as well. Thank you so much for joining. And to you as well. Now, we're going to talk about Moussa Diaby. This guy is just not going away at all whatsoever. We're still after this guy. And plays at Bayern Leverkusen, as you know, plays in Bundesliga, and he's been with the club for 3 seasons. And he has played 92 games. He has scored 22 goals in his time. He has scored 13 last season and 12 assists. He's got booked 8 times, and his goal contributions are around about the 40 mark as well, believe it or not. And this is the player that we desperately need to give us that balance. And I think this guy's going to be a real baller if it comes to the Premier League with Newcastle United. And when you look at it, right, the price tag on him, Leverkusen's put a 60 million price tag on this guy. Now, the problem is Newcastle don't really want to pay that sort of money, yeah? According to reports a couple of days ago, right, whether it's true or not, we offered 40 to 45 million quid, yeah? But I presume that got turned down. So is there going to be a brinkmanship between Newcastle and Leverkusen? Are we going to say, right, okay, maybe you turn us down that 45 million quid and you know you want 60 million. How about we pay 45 million quid now, right, with the add-ons on top? So for the next 3 seasons here, if you want the 60 million, we give you an extra 5 million every season next 3 years. And that way, everyone will be a winner. Everyone's going to be sorted out. This is the thing. Now, my only concern is they're still going to say no. They probably want all that money up front. But what clubs tend to do nowadays, they just like to pay up in installments. I mean, even the top 6 clubs does it as well, by the way. I mean, I can remember when you saw Andy Carroll for 35 million quid to Liverpool. That was in installments as well over a certain amount of time. And I think clubs nowadays are quite happy to do that because we don't expect to pay up all in one go. But my opinion is, I still don't think we're out of it. I still think it's ongoing, and we just need to be patient as well. So I think this one is still going ahead, by the way, if we just can put the right offer at the right time. And as for the player himself, according to the Chronicle of the Day, I mean, he got his team into the top 3 in the Bundesliga. He's going to be asking himself the question, does he really want to leave Leverkusen to come and play for Newcastle United? Because obviously Leverkusen's got Champions League football as well to offer as well. And does he want to walk away from that? Because it's the only opportunity he's going to play in. If he gets to play in that, it gains some experience, like 6 games in the Champions League. If he walks away from Leverkusen and plays Newcastle, he'd probably be thinking, hang on a minute, I wish I played in the Champions League now. Yeah. But the Premier League, it's a big, big pool. Yeah. The Premier League, according to most people, is the richest club and the best league in the world. Is he going to be taking that chance? But it's a hard decision for Moussa to decide. I mean, the World Cup is coming up in a couple of months' time. Yeah. Would he be better off staying at Leverkusen for another season, right? Playing the Champions League, then hopefully next season, right, it can come to Newcastle. But we don't have to pay the 60 million quid. So the longer he stays at Leverkusen, the less the valuation's going to cost. And he's already rated at the 55 million transfer market anyway. So I don't think Leverkusen will probably get that next season. So we'll just see what happens on that. So tell us what you think, guys. Would you take Diaby to Newcastle United? And would you also pay the 60 million asking price? I'll be very, very skeptical of that because these clubs now are asking for far too much money. And one thing I'm going to say as well is this Newcastle tax going to be involved with that as well. Could you imagine that? Probably Newcastle tax, but we just tend to get stuff. I've got some more comments flying in as well. Big up to Chris as well. Chris, big up to you, Chris. Thanks for subscribing, mate. I've done yours as well, by the way. And Andrew D said Ben Jacobs ahead of NUFC PR. Well, he's a Leicester City fan. I don't think he'd be quality of that, by the way. But listen, I mean, I like Ben Jacobs. He's honest, one of the honestest guy on the planet. Well, I wouldn't say on the planet, but honestly, guy on the journalist world. And he's been on to a lot of them. He's been on to a lot of channels as well in the past. And I'll have him back on New Up Star. I could do a weekly thing with Ben Jacobs. People say he talks a lot. But I'll tell you something. I'll just sit there, listen to him, dissect the whole thing, right? It's a learning thing, yeah? He's absolutely brilliant. I don't care what anyone say. Moussa Diaby is quality. He is a quality player, but they're asking for too much money for 60 million. He's got something like 2 years left on his contract still to run. And I have there's no signs of him offering the new one, by the way, as far as I'm concerned. Diaby ASM on opposite wings. Wow. Absolutely. Absolutely. Big up to Lexi, by the way. Big up to Paul, often to you. Michael, big up to you, mate. Just finished your show with Ben. Great watch. Thank you very much indeed, Michael. And I'll tell you what, though, for me personally, I think that's one of the best I've done for a long time. Let's be real. And he's absolutely fantastic. I know people he took so long. Shut up. Oh, no. He gets all the time in the world for us. And hi to Robert in the chat. Good afternoon, John. A bit late today. Stuck in the garden, mowing the lawns. Thank you very much, Gareth. And I hope you're doing a good job. I bet your wife would be pleased as well. Any chance again, Paqueta with Arsenal, Stefan Abut. Will he jump at the chance coming to us? Well, the thing is, right, I mean, anything can happen in football. Are they doing this because they were got to get Bruno Gamache? We're going to talk about him tomorrow, by the way, hopefully with Grace Thompson as well, with Julian Laurent as well, talking absolute shite. I mean, come on, let's be real. I mean, I like him, but he needs to, hold it back, man. But we tell all tomorrow, by the way. I take Diaby, no problems. He's the sort of player that gets you out of your seat when he gets the ball. Absolutely. He's 5'6". And I'm going to tell him about him in a bit, what his strengths and weaknesses are in a bit. And going back to Shearer's comment as well, that's the thing. If Arsenal's going to be after him as well, we need to offer very, very quickly. I mean, 40-odd million quid for the player. I'll go and get him very, very quick because he's a decent player. Well, it wasn't a Milan, by the way, but he's got his career back on track with Leon. I've said that so many times. And I read that one, by the way. And Davey, big up to you, mate. Newcastle beat Gates said by 5 goals to 1. Richie, Longstaff, Joe Linton, and Miron got twice. So that's a good win. And they missed a penalty. We missed a penalty too. And Tony the Red, after into you, mate. I hope you are fine, mate. So let's go into Moussa's strength and weakness, if I can get it up a second. And if we look at statistics, if we look at his strengths, it's key passes. He can pass and it's very strong. He can pass the ball as well, makes some key passes as well, which I think that's really, really good. And his style of play, he likes to dribble with the ball, which is so exciting. And I've watched him on clips. He looks absolutely fantastic on the ball. He's quick and he is so skillful. I love skillful players, by the way. And he doesn't dive into tackles. Well, he's not a tackler anyway because he doesn't tackle at all. If we go to his weaknesses, he lacks discipline. And also defensive contribution is virtually zero because he doesn't track back. That is the thing. Yeah. And when he does, he gets booked 8 times. He's been sent off once, right? I'll talk about last season, by the way. And he is an attacking midfielder, is on the right-hand side. But he also play on the left. But his best position for me, personally, is on the right-hand side. And like I said, he played for Paris Saint-Germain, PSG. Then he went on to Cotonou on a season-long loan. Only scored 2 goals. Didn't play many games, by the way. And they're one of the worst teams in Serie A. Then, obviously, went to PSG, went to Leverkusen. It's his third season at a club and come up to his fourth, unless he comes to us, by the way. But there's still plenty of time in the transfer market. When he wants to take that plunge, leave Leverkusen, miss out on Champions League altogether to come to us. But at the end of the day, money does talk, and we got to offer good money to price him away. And big up to Gav as well. I'm sure Dan could just imagine knock down Diaby's price. That's the case, people. We love to have Diaby, but honestly, say it's probably the best choice given the situation. That's from Andrew. Yeah, if you go on one hand, yes, I wanted to come to the Premier League in Newcastle, but if you flip over the other side, Champions League, it's a puller. It's an absolute puller. And he's a fan's favourite, by the way. And it's all about loyalty, yeah? I mean, he's only 23. He's just turned 23 the other day, a couple of days ago, yeah? And I think there's plenty of time for him to come to the Premier League. I mean, he's got European experience, as you know, and he's getting game time. That's the most important thing. Then he's got 92 games. And I got big up to Simon. As much as I like Diaby, I'd rather sign Angelo Gabriel from Santos. I'm going to come on to him a little bit, mate, yeah? Remind us on that, because we are being after him. Steve Nixon's checking him out, by the way. He's only 17 years old, but I'm actually going to tell him now. But he cannot come to the Premier League until he is 18 years of age. You can sign him now, but you're going to have to wait until he's 18 years of age. And he looks a real talent, by the way. But come to later. But it's been turned down, by the way. You offer something like 20 million euros, and that's been turned down by his club. And like I said, he'd be a future signing. Foxy know a lot about this guy, and I think he'd be absolutely good. We're looking at wingers delight, aren't we? Looking for so many wingers in the last week or so, haven't we? So as for Moussa, I mean, would you take him at Newcastle? 100% I would, but he's got Champions League football considered as well. For the French national team, he's played 8 games, scored 0 goals. He's a French under-21 as well, if needs to be. And he's played 12 games, scored 0 goals. He's obviously scoring goals, hasn't he? He really hasn't. That is the thing. But I do like him. I think he'll be a good player. And we'll see what happens in the coming weeks. Like I said earlier, the window's still long. It's another 7 more weeks to go before the window slams shut. And that's all there is to it. So, yeah, 60 million, I'll be skeptical about it. But I think Dan Ashworth could drive the price slightly down a bit. Point to about 50 million. And I think that'll be right. So tell us what you think, guys. So let's move on to Marco Asensio for Real Madrid. I mean, according to reports, will be linked to this player for a couple of days now. Liverpool's in the race for him as well, and also AC Milan. And let me just get this up a second. There you go. So he linked to Newcastle, also Liverpool, Milan's after him as well. And he's got 12 months left on his contract at Madrid, and he's been there for a long, long time, obviously. And if you look at his record, his goal-scoring record as well, and the games he's played, he's 6 foot, and he's 26 years old, and he wears a number 11 shirt. So he's had 160 appearances for Real Madrid, and he's been in for 8 seasons now. He's been out on loan to Mallorca and Espanyol as well. And his goal scoring record's been pretty good. 28 goals and 160. His position, he can play anywhere in the midfield. He can play on the left, he can play on the right, he can play as a 10. Now, Carlo Ancelotti used him as a winger most of the games last season. And for me, my opinion, this is going to shock a lot of people. I think he plays as a number 10. I think he's more as a number 10. He can create chances, he can run the ball. He's a fantastic dribbler of the ball as well. And I think he's decent. I really do think he's decent. Not only concerned about him, he doesn't play enough games. That is the thing. And Jade knows a lot about this guy. She loves the Spanish football. And I'm sure she can say more about this as well when she watches my video. And she can leave a comment downstairs as well. So before going to strengths, I've got to get some more comments as well. I've got one here from Paul. Thank you, Paul. It's hard to get Angelo Barnes after strongness in him as well. That's in Rexy. So see what Foxy say about that. Going to as well. Could Asensio play as a 10? Yes, he can. Definitely plays as number 10. And I still having problems with Twitch in a minute. Like, I'm having a lot of problems with Twitch. I'm trying to get it up, and it's just not working for us at all. I do apologize, people. But the main thing is I got it on Facebook and also on YouTube. So let's go on to Marco's characteristics, if I were to pronounce that as well. And its biggest strengths are holding on to the ball. His passing ability is fantastic, and he can do long shots as well. And the style of play as well, he likes to cut inside a bit, but he does play wide, and he doesn't dive in the tackles. And if you look at his strengths, it's very, very strong. And I'm going to go by, let's look at his record from last season, by the way. And I'm going by last season's record, by the way. He scored 10 goals in 19 games last season, 12 from the sub. And he got booked twice last season, 2 assists as well, by the way, in the Champions League. I think this guy's decent. Like I said, he's at his peak. He's young. He's 26 years old. And I quite like this player. I really, really, really do. And it'd be around about the 20 to 25 million pound mark. He's got 12 months left on his contract. Madrid tried to get off for the wage bill. And if they do that, then it just frees up for a new signing what needs to be. It's so difficult pricing a Real Madrid player away from their club. It's really tough. He must be on a canny wage as well, by the way. How much is he on a week? I've just got no idea. But what I do know, he's on a canny whack a week. And he's a Spanish international as well. He has got 28 appearances and he scored 1 goal. They did play in the Olympics for Spain, 7 appearances and 1 goal as well. And like I said, I think it'd be useful. He might fancy a new challenge in the Premier League. But will he get in the Liverpool side? I very much doubt it. Will he get in the Milan side? Pretty much so. Pretty much so. If he comes to Newcastle, will he get in the team? I say he probably would, you know. I think he probably would somewhere because he is a very, very good player. He really, really is. But we definitely need someone on the right-hand side. Hopefully, get Diaby. You can get Asensio as well. He can play there as well. Players at 10. Whether Eddie Howe does play 4-2-3-1. And going back to Diaby quickly, he needs to be playing 4-2-3-1. And I think he'd be a better player as well. But it doesn't really matter. I got some comments as well, by the way. I got Cole, big up Cole. For his skin team, Barca is spending well. And I've got Static as well. Big up to you, mate. He's a big, big gooner. I've got Andrew as well. I think Asensio is more ready if you want to push for 7th. Frees up financials to centre forward. And those people really insist on Paqueta this window. Let's put it this way. If we get this guy, right, should we worry about Paqueta? Yeah? I mean, the midfield as well looks quite strong for Newcastle. Yeah? We got Joe Linton. We got Bruno. And for me, I'll put Joe Willock there as well because this guy is going to be lit. He's going to be peak next season, Joe Willock. I like him. I like him a lot, you know. And Grace to be happy to hear us say those words, you know. But he's going to come good. And I'm saying now, I think Joe Willock in the years to come, I think he'll play for England because he's only young, 22, 23. He'll just get better and better and better. So, guys, tell us what you think. If you leave a comment in the section down below and tell us, would you take Spanish International Asensio? I think if he's available and he wants to come to the Premier League, get him in. And just going to go back to his transfer market as well. It's quite high, by the way. You look at about 40 million, somewhere like that. But look, at the end of the day, I think he's a decent player to have at Newcastle United. The chances of getting him, it's got to be tough, but you've got to compete. It's as simple as that. Let's go to more comments as well. And Stats says, so if you get Asensio, actually Paqueta going elsewhere, probably. Do you lot, mate? You could do a player like him, by the way. I think it'd be good for you, by the way. I really do think that. And you know, you need some more players. I mean, Gabriel Jesus is not the good player, but I think you need more than Gabriel Jesus. I really, really do as well. And let's look at other players to be linked with as well. And I could tell you right now, right? I'll look at it according to Sports Witness as well. that Sergej Milinkovic-Savic is being linked with us. I could tell you right away, right? He will not be coming to Newcastle United. So forget that, yeah? I think it could be on its way, but even not. I repeat, it ain't happening. It's not happening. And I've seen people come up to us and say, are we getting Milinkovic-Savic? He's not coming, yeah? I think he either stay at Lazio or he'll probably end up going to Arsenal, Chelsea. He will not come to us far away. But there you go. So, guys, got some more as well. We're talking about Carl as well. In those days, goal, yes, it's 5-1. Newcastle 5, Gateshead 1. And apparently it's been a good performance. And just keep those comments coming in, people. If you've got any questions to ask us, if you want anyone to be linked with, just get them away. But I'm looking at one now that about Jack Harrison, according to the Mail Online, right, whether you want to believe it or not, but Newcastle could be getting it in a cheaper version of Diaby called Jack Harrison. Now, that's an interesting one. We plays with Leeds United, as you know, and he's been in the club for around 4 seasons now. And I think he's a decent player. He's got 2 years left on his contract, though, but no doubt Leeds have probably asked for something like 40, 50 million quid for this guy. And I'm going to be honest with you now, he's not worth that sort of money. He's a decent player, and I think he's a damn good player, but he ain't worth the 40, 50 million quid. And I'll be thinking twice of paying for this guy because at the end of the day, right, I mean, they just want to fleece our club. They want to fleece our owners because they think we're the richest club in the world. They think it's not good. They can get as much as they can. No, get lost. Not a chance. And there's another one for you as well. Sangari for PSV and Eindhoven. I think he'd be a decent signing. 6'3", and if he's a formation with Bruno and Joe Linton. And the one thing I'm going to say, he's got a release clause of somewhere about 30 to 35 million quid release clause. I say if that's the case, and you kind of get Paqueta, or you're going to keep not quite believing in Joe Willock, then go and get him. I think he'd be decent. That's the sort of midfielder we need. He's strong, he's an athlete, and he scores some good goals, by the way. I do like the Sanders Sangari. So big up to him. Big up to him. And do you think you have any chance of getting Ward-Prowse? Very high transfer fee, apparently. Right, okay. The thing is, right, with James Ward-Prowse, yeah, Southampton's weighted him at around about the 75 million mark. Am I correct? Now, if that is true and if that's the case, then trust what I say this, right? That move ain't going to happen anytime soon. That move ain't going to happen anytime because we're not going to pay 75 million quid for him. James Ward-Prowse ain't worth 75 million quid. He's 27 years of age. He's a good player for his free kicks and also for as long to shooting as well. But let's be real. Let's be real, people. That ain't happening. Yeah. So I'll go for someone a bit cheaper. Some similar to him, but a lot cheaper as well. There's plenty of players out there, yeah. But I will not pay for that sort of money as well. But Gav ain't gonna have time soon. Big up to Paul. Big up to it's 151, mate. 151. And Foxy, I believe, due to the Neymar deal to Barca back in 2013, Barca have purchased options on Santos players, Angelo and also Kaiki. They will probably try to take. Yeah, I have to agree with that one, mate, because they got a good relationship as well, by the way, between Santos and Barcelona. Kenneth, I'm not going to read that out, mate, because you're doing it in capitals. Send us it again, but please, 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 no capitals. I have made it clear to everybody in the chat, no capitals, yeah? So read it again, write it again. It's not going to get read out. So no thanks to Paul. Strong and first-time midfield is a wonderful building block for 2024. That's from Andrew. I think he's on about Sangre. I think he's a decent player, him. But he did say, Kenneth, by the way, I'm afraid Jack Harrison is... Jack, read that one as well. Jack Harrison wouldn't be an exciting signing, but worst case scenario, he would add solid depth to the squad. That's exactly what I'm about to say as well, but you beat us to the flipping punch. But thanks, Foxy. Yeah, he had strength, absolutely, 110%, and he's not worth 75 million quid, not unlike JWP. But I think he's got a lovely, both-footed. He scores some lovely goals as well. He scored against us, if my memory serves us right. But I think he's a damn good player. He works hard for the team. Is it an exciting signing? Probably not, but like Foxy said, adds for their team. And Better players than JWP for that money. 75 million. He has to win the Champions League if you're going to fork out that sort of money. And just looking at someone from Terry as well. Milinkovic, Savage, improved bid, and Victor Romano, Tielemans, Savage updates as well. So we see on that one. So guys, tell us what you think about Asensio. Would you take it at Newcastle when you're left on his contract? Around about 20-25 million pounds gets you the player. It's wages though. It's a 6-figure sum. So if you're prepared to pay his wages, then take it, yeah. But if it's going to be some £200,000 a week, that's too much for all of us at this stage. You get what we need, lads and lasses. We need a right winger. We definitely need a centre forward as well, by the way, 110%. Because if we can get them in, I think you'll be set. I think you'll be okay for the new season, yeah. And just looking on the news as well, the Newcastle are now the 6th highest spending this year. And that is pretty good. What a way. What a transformation from the Ashley years, yeah? We'd not spend that sort of money. No way. Not a chance. But, like I said, it's what it is. And we're going to talk about tomorrow about Bruno Gamache as well, but we're definitely going to talk about him tomorrow. So keep your eyes peeled for that. I mean, Julian Lorenz, right? I've got a lot to say about this guy. So keep your eyes peeled as well. And who's our top scorer of the season? Miggy! He scored twice this season. Listen, I'm going to take everything back about Miggy Almiron, right? I mean, look, I said he wasn't good enough, right? He needed to be moved on. I said that last year. He needed to be moved on. I think he's not scoring enough. He's not contributing enough. But at the end of the day, I'm quite happy to keep this guy because, listen, I like Miggy. I've always liked Miggy. I want the best for the guy, yeah? But I keep at the club, whether it be the first team or squad player. I think this season, I'm going to make a prediction now. I think this season, right, I'm probably going to laugh at us for this. I think Miggy's going to be making big waves next season. I really, really do. He's been in the Premier League long enough. I think he is a lovely lad. He's got a lovely smile. I think he's a decent player, but doesn't do enough. He always goes like one goal in about 30-odd games. That goal against Crystal Palace, man, that was lit. Absolutely brilliant. I mean, the way he finishes well, by the way, it's work rate. I can't question it. My only concern is he should play in one position and stick at it. For me, I think he's better as a number 10 position. That's his best position for me. It's a number 10. And I think he'd be brilliant on that as well. We could also play wide on the left-hand side in the 4-3-3. When he plays the Paraguay, that guy is absolutely brilliant. He really, really is. But for some reason, at Newcastle, I just don't know what it is. I really don't. Because I'm putting a finger on it. I don't know. But I want to see him give him a chance under Eddie Howe. A proper chance under Eddie Howe. And I think he'll be all right. I really do. And big up to Rachel, by the way. Hope you're okay. Rachel, when are you going to come on my show and talk about Toon? Let us know, and then I'll get you on my channel sometimes, hopefully in the week, sometimes have a chat about Newcastle so far. And his confidence has changed since the Crystal Palace game and continues to carry over. He just needs to keep it going. I'm not convinced we are selling. I don't think we will. He's got 2 years left on his contract still to run. And he is, for me personally, Miggy, I think he's an asset for us, yeah? But there's a player in there, but he needs to lock it out very quickly. If he unlocks it, unlocks potential and show us what he does, like he does with the Paraguay form, I think we've got a cracking player on hands, yeah? It could surprise a lot of us next season. And I hope he does, because we do play attacking football under Eddie, and I think that'll suit him down the ground 150% on that one. But there you go. Guys, if you like the video, like what you see, then please give it a like, give us a subscribe. And if you like to super chat us, then click on the $sign and just give what you can. And if you like to become a member, then you know exactly what to do, people. Just click on the join button, and it's only 99p. And if anyone out there like to sponsor me channel, then just let us know. Send us on a DM, or you can send on my email address in the link as well, as you can see. And he's a How type player. This is why I think he won't be sold. He presses, tracks back. Apparently good in the locker room as well. We don't know what it's like in the locker room, Andrew, but look, I like his work rate. I love his work rate, yeah. And his work rate is absolutely fantastic as well. I really do. I like a player that works hard for the team, tracking back, and just gives it all. That's what we want in Newcastle. Go in, give you all every week, and then go for it. We got players like Julius Gutierrez. He used to be at us. He works hard every single week, yeah? I love his work rate. I think that guy, should get a place in the coaching setup at Newcastle, and he'll be brilliant around the place. He really will. And that's what we like about him as well. But I tried to get on my channel, by the way, Jonas, but it's going to be very difficult to get him on there. So, again, it is what it is. I'm going to give another 10 more, 50 minutes more on this one, by the way, and then I'm going to wrap up because I've got to pick my car up, by the way. So I'll pull it back. And all the people that likes my channel, right, if we can share this channel, I've had an extra 25 new subscribers yesterday. 25 new subscribers I've listed, no word of a lie. And I'll tell you what, I would like to say thank you very much indeed. And I just think you lot has been a great help to my channel as well and contribute to it as well. I appreciate that. Thank you so much indeed. And here's another for you guys. Arnaud Danjuma. He used to play for Bournemouth under Eddie Howe, went to Villarreal and had a fantastic season. Absolutely fantastic. Would you take him at Newcastle United? Arnaud Danjuma. I mean, look, he had a cracking season and he scored 16 goals last season in 34 games in Villarreal colours. And a lot of people have been saying about his attitude, that's why we're not going to get this player. But he'd be another one to go for as well. I think it'd be decent for Newcastle, yeah? Probably you may want to come back to the Premier League and get a second bite at the cherry as well. But he's having a crack season. I like his wing player, scores some goals, and he's a Dutch international as well. So he's one of the exciting players to look out for as well. And got some more comments flying in as well. And got quite a few comments. Thank you very much indeed. Just keep them coming, by the way. I really appreciate that. Big up to Tony, by the way. Tony, leave a message, mate. Leave a comment, and I'll get you as a mod as well. And John, hi, John. We're coming to show very soon. I've found not used to mobile, so I'll show you laptop. Help these subscribers. Okay, cool. No doubt about it. It's make or break for Miggy this season, but I'll always back him as he get treated harshly compared to the others. Look, I put my hand up. I was one of them as well. But well, look at this work rate. And I'm thinking, on the Eddie Howe team, I'll give him a chance. And at the minute, I think he's done all right, But he just needs to score more goals and believe him himself. He does that, pull it together. I think he'd be brilliant. Big up the Paul, by the way, I'm buzzing. Jonas need more or something inside SJP. Yes, I agree. What he's done for the club is amazing. Yes, I am, Paul. I am indeed. And big up to Chuso. So he's one of my mods as well. He's a cracking guy. He sounds a good guy, by the way. And I don't know what social media he's on. He's definitely not on Twitter. Maybe on Facebook. I could be wrong. Do follow him on Facebook if he's on Facebook. Let's go on to some more comments. Totally say hi to Rich. And to see some more coming in. On there. I still want Diaby and Asensio. Wouldn't be a bad shout. Do you know what it is, Tony? I'll be happy with just one of them, to be fair. Do you know what I mean? But I think it's going to be a brinkmanship. This is my opinion. I think it's going to be a brinkmanship with Diaby as well. Try and get down to about 45 million quid and then just pay the 5 million quid with add-ons every season for the next 3 years. That's what I do as well. And then they get the money. But is he worth 60? Not so sure. But I've got one here from Gareth. Miggy, similar type of personality to Papi Cisse. Always play with a smile. And that's what we love. Play with a smile. And everything's going to love you. It's as simple as that. So I'll get rid of that, by the way. I want to go on to the next one as well. I'm going to defy opinion, by the way. It's been mentioned this week. Would you take, or would you be happy to take Andy Gordon for Everton for the port of £35 million? Now, we've been linked with him. We haven't bid for him, by the way. I'll stress it now, people. We have not bid for this guy. Yeah. We're told to him, apparently, we have not made a bid. Now, Spurs wanted him as well before, and that got turned down for some reason. And then, as soon as we come along, oh, hang on a minute, we're going to offer Anthony a new deal. Yeah? Me personally on this one, right? I think Andy Gordon should stay at Everton for another season, right? Get some more game time. Show Everton is he worth the money, right? Then again, his price going to increase, by the way. But I think he's a good player, but he dives a lot though. That's the thing. And he needs to cut it out very quickly. Otherwise, he's going to be labelled a diver. And that's a shame because he is better than that. He is a damn good player. When I watched him against us, I thought this guy's a talent. He's got a great goal against Man United. Took a deflection, by the way. But I think for 35 million in today's market for a young player such as Anthony, I think it's a good buy. But because of Everton's FFP rules, broken FFP rules, they're going to have to take the money. It's as simple as that. They already sold Richarlison for 60 million quid. Yeah. I think Anthony Gordon's going to be the next thing he's going to be leaving the club alongside with DCL. And I will not touch Calvert-Lewin, by the way. I wouldn't, because at the end of the day, 60 million quid for that guy. Not for me. Not for me. Let's go for some comments, peeps, by the way. And I've got Jess down in the chat. I've got Foxy in the chat again. I've got one here from Andrew. It would be amazing to see them have morals of all the memorable moments in Newcastle history surrounding the concourse. Yeah, I agree. And I think as well, right, go back to that one, Andrew, right? I mean, got players like Gutierrez as well. I love history as well. If you do a job for us, you're a legend. Cool. Fantastic. Absolutely brilliant. I'm only a watcher of YouTube and not any of the others. Thanks for clarifying that, that's Jules, mate. I thought you saw on Facebook, by the way. I really thought that, but how wrong was I? I apologise. Love to see some type of testimonial games from Jonas after everything he did for a club and how poorly Ashley treated him. Thank you, Foxy. Thank you very much indeed. The way he got treated, man, was a disgrace, an utter disgrace. So he's told that he's got to leave the club via text message. What an absolute unprofessional way of doing things. Real talk, yeah? But back then, right, now it didn't surprise us at the time, yeah, Alan Pardew, known to be arrogant, yeah, and to do that, it's a disgrace, yeah? No, sorry, but I shouldn't even be laughing, but I felt sorry for Jonas, by the way, I really did. If I was Jonas, I would have sued the bastard, excuse me, French. But at the end of the day, Jonas, we love you lots, mate. You are a true legend, unlike Ashley. Ashley and Pardew. How's it going friendly? How are you going to the friendlies? I'm not, mate, no, because I've got to work that day, mate. I've got to work. And I think I'll get my car service on that weekend as well. And that's all available time they've got. I'd also love to, but I'll be got to the Forest game. 100% not 35 mil. Yeah, gone through that. I'll be crushed but cracked over to Arsenal. Yeah, I think you're not on your own, mate. Not on your own. Miggy has 110 games, 9 goals, and 3 assists in that time. And that's not good enough. But okay, as a squad player, in my opinion. Look, if he's going to be a squad player, I take it. Yeah? But he needs to get some games. And I'd rather take Elliot Anderson a chance. That's a good shout, by the way. And Gordon needs to reproduce next season, or he will be a one-season wonder, or one-trick pony, by the way, as people say. He needs to cut out his cheating, Tony. That is the thing. He needs to cut out on his cheating. But listen, he's got the talent, he's got the ability, but he should not be teaching people how to dive. And that's exactly what he's done. He doesn't need to do this, by the way. Don't bid. Not enough experience with the bar, but prolific in diving, as well as Jarlison. That's a fair shout. I agree with you. I mean, Everton, a bunch of divers, yeah? They already got rid of one diver. Now they've got another one as well. You know what I mean? But listen, like I said, would I take Anthony Gordon? He's got the talent. It's going to be a no. Definitely a no. You can get Asensio for 35 million quid. He's got one left on his contract. We're not going to pay 35 million quid for that guy. 25 million tops. 35 mils too much. 20 maybes, 25. There you go. And let's go on to Foxy. Carlos Tevez is now managing Argentina, Rosario Central. Interested to see how he does. Yeah, I've heard that as well. I wish him all the best on that one as well. If Diaby comes to the tune, he will be on the front page all the time for his poor foul. That's in Yan. I tell you what, though. I mean, he seems like a decent guy. Decent with people, fan favourite, gets on the fans, loves to smile. You know, he had all these birthday messages as well I've seen on social media. I thought, oh my God, man, big up, man. And I'm thinking, he's not our player. But if that charm works and he comes to Newcastle, then what's it be like when he plays him in a full St. James's Park? He'll be a fan favourite. He'll be loved. And he gets fans off our seats. It's a bit hard to judge anyone pre-how, especially those of talent. As we know, it was never cultivated. Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, look, I think what Ange's trying to say is, right, I mean, under Eddie Howe, right, I think they're all improving. That's what I meant as well. The players like Joe Linton was shocking. Eddie Howe turned his career around, yeah? And Joe Linton's going to have a big season, yeah? He's going to go to the World Cup. I doubt it very much, people. I don't think he'll be in the World Cup. But it would take about 10 players to be dropped for the Brazilian national team for him to get into the team. And that sounds a bit cruel to be kind, but I'd love to see him 110% playing World Cup. I think I'll be pleased for him. I'll be so happy if Joe Linton does it. But stranger things has happened. But Foxy would probably say you're not getting the World Cup because you've got players like Casemiro, you've got players like Fred, you've got players, some decent players out there as well in the Brazilian national team, Paqueta as well. And wait and see. So maybe I could put myself in as well in the Brazilian national team. But I'm English. So that's no go. So we go another 10 minutes or so as well before we wrap up, because I know you guys are busy and you've got things to do. And yeah, but football season's really coming up soon. Another some more weeks to go. We've got Fast of Home. Tell you what I've got coming up as well. I've got Grace tomorrow. We're going to talk about Toon Chat as well. Monday night, I'm going to get the lads on as well. We're going to talk about the latest news on Newcastle United. Tuesday, I'm on a John and Macy show, Macy's Economy channel, talk about our team. So it's a transfer show anyway, basically. And then we just see how it goes. On Thursday, I've got someone coming in, hopefully. I'm still talking to him, by the way. He's from the Evening Chronicle, by the way. And trying to get Dominic Shah on our channel as well. Dominic Shah from the Chronicle. And I'm really looking forward to what he has to say. So I'm definitely going to be chatting to him if he does come. But he says he wants to come on, but you can work out on the day. And if we had to get Diaby, I would sell Miggy. We'll get some money at least. That's a fair shout, though, Jules. That's a fair shout. Or maybe Miggy go the other way as a part of the transfer deal, but I'd rather keep the player. But if it takes that, it takes that. And Andrew as well, clearly my Rennes bias, he's a Rennes fan as well, but I think there's a deal to work out for Sarr with Watford with a few of our players that could help them gain promotion. And we've got one, big up to Albert, by the way. Hi to Ty. Not Ty for AFTV, by the way. I'll get you, man. Yeah, and we have to get the base in now. As we're in the World Cup is over, it will get very expensive to get on top players in. That's a fair shout, Jan. If they're good. My motto is, I try not to get players on the World Cup because their valuation is going to go rocket up the sky like that, yeah? And when they have a good tournament, right, you pay all that sort of money and then they flop spectacularly. Look at Gavache. Remember him? Brilliant for France. We paid $3.5 million for this guy, World Cup winner. But guess what? He flopped. And then he went to Rangers a couple months later. It just goes to show, do not, and I repeat, do not buy players that's out of selling World Cup time. Do you know what I mean? So let's not do that. I feel sorry for Matty Longstaff. Do you know what it is, mate? I mean, I kind of do. I mean, I said a couple of years ago, he should have gone to Udinese. He should have gone to Udinese, right? Have a couple of years there. I think he'd been all right, but he chose not to go to Udinese. And look where he is now. I feel for him. He had the world at his feet, but it just hasn't happened. And Dominic, sure, that's the one, Tony. Thanks, mate. Dominic, sure, that's the one. Love to get him on, yeah? I've got some questions for him, by the way. And big up, John, for getting journalists on. Your Ben video, even player back, was top notch. Yay! Top notch! Thank you very much, Andrew. I love you. I love you, mate. Love you, man. Top notch. Thank you so much, by the way. I appreciate that. Hope Diaby comes, John. I hope so as well, Paul. Never ever buy players based off a good international tournament. That's exactly what I'm trying to say. Because you get fleeced for them, And then guess what? They're not going to be the same player. Do you know what I mean? Because they want to put all the efforts into the World Cup. When it comes to club football, they're just not the same players. I can't think of anyone who's been a success after playing in the World Cup. Crazy, crazy, crazy. And yeah, we're also going to talk about which players we're going to get rid of this season in the summer. There's a few we're going to talk about that as well. We'll probably do it on a Monday night, actually, as I speak. So we'll see what happens on that one. So, got one here from J. Do hit the smash the subscribe button, mate. If you can, that'd be brilliant. Thank you so much indeed. Newcastle should sign a new striker. 110% agree with that one, mate. Chris Wood is not good enough. Nah, I have to agree with you, mate. I mean, I was shocked when we bought him for 25 million quid. And then people are saying he's the only one's available. We had to do something about it. So they were quick. They were very, very quick paying 25 mil for him. But he's not good enough. Yes, we did. Jules, we won by 5 goals to 1, mate. Great show, great John. Thank you, man. Back to the gardening. Thanks for that info. Before the missus gets back home. See you on the next one. Gareth, you take care, mate. And if you want to call on me show, let us know, and then I'll get you on me show. And talk about Newcastle. Yeah? Yeah, that's the one. Any updates on Brocha and Guri? Brocha's an interesting one. I mean, would I take him? 100%. I think I'd take him. But the latest is I'm hearing he doesn't want to know a loan deal. He just wants to be on a permanent deal, which is going to make it difficult to get him in a faster case. Because I think Thomas Tuchel wants to look at this guy. Want to look at him and see what he's like. But if I was a betting guy, I think he's going to try either sell him or he's going to end up staying at Chelsea because he wants to stay. He wants to get game time. Do you know what I mean? He wants to get game time. And then that's what he needs. If he wants to get game time, then good luck to you. But are we going to get him on a permanent deal or do you want him on a permanent deal? We have to see on that one. As to Guri, they ask him for 50 million quid for him. Yeah? 50 million quid they want for him. Well, good luck with that, at least, because I tell you now, he's got to do it again in the French league, and then we may pay 50 million quid. Simple as that. Just because Monaco saw their star midfielder to Real Madrid for 68 million quid, they feel you can get 50 mil. Good luck. I will still get Barbosa, but don't write in capitals, Jan, please, mate. So that's my fault. Should have picked up on that, by the way. But I get your point. Barbosa, I think I slept on it. I thought about it. And I think, you know what? I'll give him a try. I'll give him a try because he is scoring goals back for his homeland for Flamengo. And he completely failed in Europe, but he was young at the time. Very young at the time. And to be fair for Wood, he did get some points. Don't wish we had him now, but the plan did work. Liverpool signed Salif Diao and they're actually due for Senegal World Cup. Man U signed Popolski, all flopped badly. Exactly my point. And thank you, Rachel. Thanks so much indeed for that. Jan, we love you, man. Keep it to a minimum. And Kenneth, if you listen, mate, used to see him. I'm a bit worried they are not getting them goals scored and all he's getting the right winger, and that will be a bad, in my opinion. We've got to get a striker in, 110%. That's what we need. I have to agree with that, Jules. I'm very worried about that as well because there's still time to get a striker coming in because we need someone who's going to come for Callum Wilson because if he gets injured, Dwight Gale ain't the answer. Definitely not. Chris Wood, definitely not the answer. We need someone who's going to be mobile, quick, and score some goals. Simple as that. And that's the point. We all have 5 midfielders. Yeah, we need to change up as well. Like we've got, I think we've got 6 on our books, by the way, 6 or 7. But you've got to get rid of Hendrick as well. Hendrick's got to go. I think Matt Longstaff's got to go as well. And we need to freshen it up. We will get better. He'll get better and better. And West Brom signed the Costa Rican Gamboa of the World Cup 2014. Hardly ever played a game. Did he used to play for Celtic? Yeah, he did play for Celtic as well, did he? Christian Gamboa, his name. He played for Celtic. And he wasn't that great, let's be real. The manager changes at Nice and the leaving of their director. I think Guri is not a possibility this year. I think it'll probably be next season if we're going to get this guy. Do you know what I mean? And Gabby as known as Barbosa, for the price 50 mil, worth getting. Similar attributes to Wilson. Do you know what? 15 million, I'll take a punt. I take a punt on this guy. Do you know what I mean? He wants to come to Newcastle by all accounts, according to reports. He wants to come to Newcastle United. So I was told, and he wants to try his luck in the Premier League. If you get him, then cool. But one thing I'm going to say, Foxy, yeah, I don't know if you watched the World Club finals between Flamengo and Liverpool. Virgil van Dijk had him in his back pocket the whole of the game. That's the worry. But he is a good player. I only judge him by his scores. So, yeah. So, would you take Gabriel Barbosa to Newcastle United? Because I'll tell you one thing. I'll take a punt at 15 million quid, 100%. As long as it doesn't cost 45 million quid, then I'll be extremely, extremely worried. And you see if we get some more comments as well. Problem with Wood that he's turning 31 and he has never been great, so he only get worse by time go by. That's the thing. I think, me personally, I've got a funny feeling that Chris Wood will probably sent out on loan, probably back to Burnley. I could be wrong, but probably back to Burnley. That's the thing. If he does that, get him back up in the Premier League, and then it'll be fine. But he's got 2 years left on his contract, not the 3.5 year contract. He's got 2 years left on his deal. So I think he needs game time. But unfortunately, not with Newcastle United. We'll just see on that one. Guys, I'm going to wrap up in the next 5 minutes. So if you want to get comments in quickly, get them in. And then I'll pick my card back up. Sean saying Newcastle 5 Gates said 1. I believe you get 2 strikers, 1 with midfielder and a right-sided player in the summer. And John, thank you very much for watching from Thailand, mate. Watching it from Thailand. You know what? I wish I was in Thailand, by the way. And VVD is considered by many as the best defender in the world. He has most forwards in his pocket. If you send Maguire, pocket him, then that will be worrying. I think you're right, mate. I shouldn't be laughing, but I think you're right. But Barbosa against Maguire. Who's going to win that? I've got to say Barbosa. And thank you for the info on the Gates game. You're welcome with your time, Jules. And you know what? Thank you for being a mod as well, alongside Rachel, Tony the Red, and hopefully Tony Finlay as well. We're going to wrap up there, people, because I need to get away. But if you do like the video, like what you see, please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button as well. And if you like to super chat, then just go on the thanks option. And if you like to become a member, just click in the link on top of the chat as well. And if you want a cheaper option under the radar, Rain as a striker called Senhu Gurasi, that isn't getting playing time compared to his talent. I've never heard of this guy, Andrew. I've never heard of him at all, mate. 110%. Never heard of him. Don't know what he's like. So I can't really answer, but obviously you know who he is. Any news of you guys have bid of Jack Harrison? We haven't made a bid for him yet, mate. But according to the Mail Online, that Newcastle are considering going for a cheap option to Diaby. And he'll be linked. He's got 2 years left on his contract. They put it off a stupid amount of money, by the way. Probably about 50 million quid. That's what you get if you're English, by the way. Then what do I know? What do I know? And thank you, Jules, again. Thank you. Big up as well for great show. Thank you very much indeed. Thank you, Rachel, for being a mod as well, Jules as well. And Harrison links a strange one as his left winger. That's the thing. That's another thing. ASM plays on that side as well. And thank you so much for becoming a member again, mate. I really appreciate that. Thank you very much indeed. And you're the 50th member, I believe. I'm just going to double check that if he is the 50th member. Going to monetize on his side. You're the 51st, mate. 51st member, mate. Thank you very much indeed. I really appreciate that, mate. And let's go on to welcome David. Bigging you up and great show. Nice to able to join in the conversation again. Andrew, we have missed you all the way from America. And Mr. Shaw, just finished work. Roger, I'm going to discipline you, mate. I'm going to give you a record conversation, my guy. And thank you very much indeed. I've got no name, but saying thank you very much indeed. And follow back on Facebook. Thank you very much indeed. Sam Thompson, Twitch. Guys, thanks for watching, mate. And I'll show you back tomorrow. Grace. I'll show you doesn't mind. Let's call her Grace. And we're going to chat about Bruno. We're going to chat about Julian Laurence. We're going to chat about lots of things as possible as well. And thank you very much for joining. And hit the likes, people. John's going to join. Yay, thank you. And let's have this one. And Rafinha as well. He's not going to come to Newcastle, Andrew, mate. I'm sorry, he won't. He's hanging out for a move for Barcelona. Everyone knows that. That's what he's hanging out for. But right, I know Barcelona haven't got the money, but if they get rid of Frankie de Jong, right, get rid of him, or maybe then they may just get him as well. Thank you, Davey. Thank you, Roger. And I'm going to wrap it up there, but thank you so much for joining. I'll be back tomorrow. And enjoy the rest of your afternoon, people, and take care. Thanks for the mods as well. Jules, Rachel, Tony, Roger, all my mods as well. Thanks for watching. Take care.